Hi guys! Thanks for tuning in to Zen Romance Tarot. We're going to take a look at Leo and Scorpio, the relationship. I hope you guys are doing okay out there. I did meditate over these cards. We're going to take a look and see what's going on in this relationship, if this is a relationship. Okay, guys, these readings are for entertainment purposes only. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're the a-hole in a read, admit it to yourself. Okay. I don't even know. This is really not a complicated story, okay? That's the first piece to it. Maybe when I get into it, it will become more, whatever, based off of, you guys know how I am, so. But I do want to pull one card, okay? Just for reference, because I'm not quite sure. I see what I see, but I want to make sure that I'm in line with the tone of each one's thoughts or whatever this is. It's something I want to know where you are. Where are you right now? Give me your energy in this relationship, Leo. Hold on, let me just move this stuff on out the way. And I'm really not sure about that. I have a variety of cards on the side of me. You guys can't see them, so I'm not sure what to use, but Leo, give me your energy, please. Where are you right now in this relationship with Scorpio? Too many. Leo, give me your energy in this relationship with Scorpio. Your energy, please. Give me your energy. 1. Sad news. I have sad news. This woman appears to be reading, it looks like a newspaper. This is too big to be a letter. I could be saying she could be reading a magazine. I don't believe for its time it's too big for that. So there's something in a newspaper. Somebody could be reading something in a newspaper. Alright? Like if based off what I see. Now you could be reading this news online or whatever. But based off the size of the paper, it looks like a newspaper. Or somebody could be reminiscing on something. Oh, child. A courthouse. There's some sad news about court for Leo. So, Leo, I see that maybe you guys, I'm not going to go there. I'll do that after. There's the courthouse. We have sad news. We have court. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. Based off, Scorpio, give me your energy. I'm going to shuffle. Scorpio, give me your energy in this relationship with Leo. Hold on, let me shuffle these again. Scorpio, give me your energy in this relationship with Leo, please. Scorpio, give me your energy in this relationship with Leo. A gift. How giving, Scorpio. Scorpio, give me your energy in this relationship with this Leo, please. I want to shuffle again. I'm going to do that. Give me your energy, please. Scorpio, your energy in this relationship with Leo, please. A pleasant letter. Give me the common energy between these two, because I can already tell you one has got sad news with a letter, Leo. Scorpio, it says you have pleasant news in the form of a letter. Now I'm going to check this because I'm interested in. Now, if you take a look at this, and I don't know if you guys can see it, the letter that this woman is holding is a real letter. It is not a newspaper. Doesn't look like an obituary. Give me the common energy between these two, please. What's the common energy on these here? So I can reference them, and then I'll go back and look at this other one. Give me the common energy between the two, between Leo and Scorpio. Murky thoughts. Something becomes clear. I'm not murky about something. Something is inharmonic. Something could be demonic, but inharmonic. I'm clear that there's no harmony in this. There's nothing to think about. There's no murky thoughts. It is what it is. I saw what you did. You know I saw it. Right? You know you did it. And it's very clear. Not only is it clear as day, it is also clear to some people, looks like. It looks like it might be so clear that the court actually might, I don't know, they It's upright. Somebody could be going to court over something. Now, Leo, and guys, again, these readings are for entertainment purposes only. Take what resonates. Please leave the rest behind. Leo, the first card that comes up for you is this devil card, okay? So the devil energy comes up. Some of you are operating in ego. It speaks of you you being enslaved by ego and out of balance. It speaks of bat wings. Somebody could have had on a bat wing outfit or something about bat wings. Somebody is vulnerable to their own personal demons. These things are material, addictions, ignorance, untamed passion, sex, obsession, consumerism, fantasism, and excessive wrath. So boy, you got a lot of stuff you got going on, right? So somebody could have all these things going on, and on top of it, it speaks of somebody being petty. We ain't even done with the list yet. With petty attachments, right? Emotional or sexual addiction, abusive, a violent person, sexual enslavement, or trafficking. It says something about you guys doing something negative. This is negative energy. And it feels like you can't break it. It's very addictive, whatever this is. Okay, let's see if we can maybe figure out what kind. It could be materialism for some of you guys here. But I feel like what I'm looking at, Leo, is somebody who was losing. I don't have anything, right? I'm out of balance mentally. It does say that. I have a lot of personal demons. I'm operating out of ego. I don't want these people to know how bad I'm doing. Right? As a matter of fact, because I don't want to answer these questions, I'm going to get myself drugged up on some pills real quick. Something that makes me forget real quick. Right? And I'm going to have sex while I'm on these pills, while I'm drinking. Something comes up about trafficking here. All right? The Two of Pentacles does come up reversed. All right? Because somebody's living a life where they want the power. You know, they made whatever it is, right? Overeating, men, women. It looks like sexual addiction. It looks like drug addiction. Whatever. This person's also abusive, it goes on to say. But there's something with sexual enslavement. I feel like somebody might have some sort of a sex demon. Somebody is definitely ritualistic, okay? So, Leo, you might have Capricorn in your chart, or you might be telling me the story of Scorpio. You might say Scorpios is devil, and they're all, they're excessive, and they're petty, and they're trying to stay attached to me, and they got sexual addictions, but it says it's you. The Two of Pentacles reverse shows me that you are having some financial issues here, right? Now, you're living a life of materialism and overspending and, you know, men and women that you got to spend money on or whatever. And then it says you're having some financial issues here, or an inability to balance your finances. It also says here that with this, you are unable, were unable, or are unable to develop a scheme to get another source of income. You guys weren't able to traffic somebody out, or this could be drugs too. You couldn't get the drugs together or whatever this is, right? You didn't have a way to make this scheme work. So it tells me that you planned it. You planned this scheme because it says you couldn't make it work. So that means you tried. You can't try and do something that you didn't plan, right? It was a plan, it was a thought, wasn't done properly, disorganized, messy, but it was a plan. And you had that. It shows it right here. But it also says, and it gives us an explanation, I did this because I don't have any finances. I cannot balance the books. I cannot account for what happened to this money. It's something like that, right? So you failed to get another source of income. It wasn't secured, and you couldn't do it. So there was a plan. Now, let me just see something here. I want to be very careful with this. Just what I thought. Okay. So, Leo, you were having some plan. You made a plan with a Capricorn. It's very, very evident here. We have some plan made, right? Because you couldn't get the money. So somebody's got some sort of an addiction. Somebody maybe tried to traffic somebody out because they didn't have any money. So I don't know if this trafficking failed, or if I don't know if this Leo was already a contact, or this Leo has a contact with a Capricorn who's trafficking. I need some money. I need you to put something to an end. So whatever this juggling is when it comes to finances, Leo, you tried to get finances one of two ways, or in some cases both ways, right? So if one way failed, the second way is going to have to work. This plan lands you in a courthouse. Now, what I'm seeing here is there's some sort of attempt. Hold on, let me see what this is. Oh, yeah. Some sort of an attempt to oppress somebody. Now, you could be oppressed by addiction, dependency. Maybe you guys felt powerless in a situation, but it feels like you tried to traffic somebody out, the Scorpio. It also goes on to say you did it because you don't have any money. You couldn't balance the books. You were overspending. Even though you were advised, even on a deathbed, to stop spending, and you kept on doing it. There you go. So you couldn't balance the books, and then it goes on to tell us there's a death here. So there's some inevitable end, maybe, to your finances because you couldn't balance the books. Or it might be a little bit darker than that. It could be the inevitable end so that you could have a new beginning. So that means that it could have been an inevitable end, or it was supposed to be to a Scorpio, so you could have a new beginning. That's what it says here, right? So it says you're finally letting go of this dream. It says there's been some sort of a shift in the fool's makeover. There's been a transition. I don't know what this is. I believe based off the text that somebody was supposed to die here. It looks like it's a Scorpio. Scorpio was supposed to be riding down the street on a white horse inside of one of them things, a casket or something like that. Okay? It says here, there's somebody, maybe there was a casket, there's somebody named Henry, there's a Rose, there's a Tudor, there's an Elizabeth, a Gloriana, Insignia, I don't know. There's something where somebody's mourning the loss of a relationship or a friendship. Somebody could also be mourning the loss of a job here because there is job loss with this death card. As a matter of fact, when you take a look at the verbiage, it can also speak to a group of people where your time is past, right? So maybe at one point you were hot and now you ain't, like that, right? So it speaks to a group of people. Like, for instance, if you guys are working for some amazing company, you know those pop-up cell phone companies, like, I don't know, Whiskey Wireless. They pop up and they're like all the rage, and then they start shutting down. Wasn't there a place like that? I think the main color was orange, and they popped up all over the place and shut down. Looked like a scam to me. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Anyway, but it's something like that. It's something where something fades out, but something comes to an end. This could be a job. There could be layoffs or something like that. Somebody could be jobless. Somebody knows that their old ways are doomed. So something that this Leo's been doing in the past to this Scorpio, and I'm going to be very clear, there is no love here at all, okay? There ain't no love over here on Leo's side. Ain't no love over here on Scorpio's side. This is all mental anguish, drug attempts, murder attempts, more on the side of Leo. So, somebody involved in trafficking, or somebody had some trafficking attempts, somebody with an addiction was having some money issues. One of the solutions to that for this Leo was to get rid of this Scorpio and collect the money. It looks like this Leo may have gotten some sad news in the mail here. Some sad news. It says that they were trying to have a new beginning here and they were manifesting. So remember, manifesting is pre-planning, right? What do they call it in the legal world? Premeditated, right? Like that. And now whatever this was about, this partnership that they formed to get something done, all right? And again, they could have worked with another Scorpio, not you, a separate Scorpio, but definitely they could have worked with a Capricorn, and now they are in court. They're in court because of some partnership. Some partnership where they got together. There was a partnership, and this partnership, there's something where they worked with a separate or another group of people, but it wound up causing issues. It wound up causing some trouble. Okay. Scorpio, in this relationship with Leo, let's take a look at you. You guys have the Eight of Swords here. It says that you guys are trapped. Somebody could be in jail. Scorpio, you could be in jail. All right. Or for you guys, it says here that you are stranded on a marsh. So you could be in jail somewhere. You could be stranded on a marsh. You could be under some sort of house arrest. You might have limited movement. You guys are going to be in a better place where you're going to be safe. There's something where you have an inability to make a decision and it keeps you trapped. this inability to make decisions is not by your own hand. You are surrounded by Eight of Swords. So, even if you're in a house, you're surrounded by whatever, people that could be part of this partnership. I want to be very clear. These people do not believe that you know when they're going to court and when they don't, but you see it, you know it, you see when, you know how that goes, right? So you're surrounded. I feel like for some reason this could be kept quiet, but right now it says, Scorpio, in this relationship, I feel trapped. All right, you're trapping me, you're trafficking me, you're selling me out. You are letting people use my work. You are letting people observe me so they can play me on the TV and keep me quiet, right? And they're giving you some rent money every month because you ain't got no money right here. You are surrounded by the Eight of Swords, all right? So like I said, somebody could be in jail, somebody could be in a mental prison, but somebody literally could be surrounded by coven members, which is the case. Surrounded. Frat brothers, covens, churches, old jobs, sisters that you think, I don't know, they're your sister, like stuff like that. All types of effery that I done went over, these people all know. And honey, when I tell you, I can't even tell you how tickled I am. It's the funniest. It's to actually watch it, because you guys have to understand, I watch behavior, right? That's what I do. Oh, honey, when I tell you there's like paranormal activity running around, tucking and dodging. Woo. Anyway, so Scorpio, it says here the Seven of Wands is coming up, right? So you guys, whatever this is here where you feel trapped, you feel restricted, the text goes on to say that you have been victimized in this scenario. In this relationship with Leo, you have been victimized. Victimized by this Leo allowing this Capricorn, right? They partnered up and they trafficked you out, right? They trapped you so you couldn't move. You have the Eight of Wands that comes up reversed. It says here that it is time to retreat. For some of you guys, if you take a look at this text, it says that you give up on something, right? It says giving up, admitting defeat, yielding, lacking self-belief, and also surrendering. That's what it says here. It says somebody surrenders. I know, that's how I know this ain't my story. Anyway, it might be, I don't know, right? Maybe it's telling, I don't know. So it says here that it is time for you guys to retreat. So we see what's on the card, but the actual text behind it is time for you guys to retreat from something. It says the reason why you're retreating from something, I feel like this could be something very particular. I feel like this could be some sort of a financial opportunity. It says it's not the right time. You passed up something or something passed over you. It says for some of you guys, you may have let something go out of fear. You're like, it's not worth it. I don't want to deal with all the crap that comes along with it, all the drama. You might be letting something go. And for some of you guys, this is because of fear. But it also says that you guys are going to fight. For some of you guys, you're fighting like 6 people off. I don't know why. I feel like whatever this is, remember, this whole assignment, these 6 people that you're fighting off, it was all at the direction of this Leo here. This Leo who dealt with a Capricorn. Or this Capricorn, if not a Capricorn, this person that this Leo was dealing with is in trafficking. They are in drugs, trafficking. Leo's low on money, so they said, hey, you know what? Let's knock the Scorpio out. Let's get him or her to flip on out of here, and then we can collect some money from this death. Somebody went out of control, Leo. Scorpio, for you, it says that with this whole situation, I feel like the Ace of Swords energy should have come up, but it did not. But what it does say is you persevered through this situation. You are recovering. You're learning to cope with the circumstances as they are. For some of you guys, there's great shame involved in this for you. And I feel like for some, I don't know which role you play. For me, I don't have any great shame. For this Scorpio who's sitting in the jailhouse, right? They may have some great shame that they're facing, right? They might even be locked up in a jail and getting up in the middle of the night crying, but they're accepting their situation for what it is. Now, it also goes on to say here, there's some sort of mental health issues, obviously, with this Nine of Swords coming up reversed. But Scorpio in this read is learning to cope. Lessening of the pain in a situation. There is light at the end of the tunnel. I am letting go of this distress, this mental illness, these nightmares, the fear, the anxiety. that this Gemini, who was part of this group, who worked with this Leo and this Capricorn, that they tried to do to me, and this Scorpio, right? Because I feel like there's another Scorpio over here somewhere doing some F stuff. But I'm lessening the pain. What did both these people want, though? The common energy between these guys, it says people are swirling around you. This is weird. That's how I kind of know it ain't my read too. But it, you know, I'm sure some pieces. People swirl around you in awe. Achievements of aspirations, wishes, bravery, a successful job, and a healthy balance between the two. Both you guys are looking for balance and achievement and what you give to the world, what you're proud of with yourself. I feel like you guys want to make sure, I don't want to do more for the da. It's feel like there's some equal distribution or some, I want to say equal distribution, equal. I didn't say quarter. I didn't say, it's equal. Whatever that means to you. Okay? For some of you guys, you might need to give 60% to yourself and 40% to work. So it's equal. It's I don't want to say that. I don't think that's the right word. And I don't want to say it's proportionate to one's needs. I don't feel like that's proper. I don't know how I want to say that. Kind of like prioritizing. Anyway, yeah, whatever that's about. So, anyway, murky thoughts. Something becomes clear. So, Scorpio, it says here there's something about a gift. And this is your energy, a gift. I want a new beginning. You know, I've been reflecting. I've been thinking. I want to manifest. I want to move. I want action now. I want movement because I've been in bondage. I've been enslaved. I've been sold to these people. I refused, rejected these people. I fought these people. These people tried to drive me crazy. They tried to make me lose my mind. I persevered. I kept going. They couldn't stop me. They couldn't keep me imprisoned in my mind. But I accept my situation for what it is. I accept that this is a Scorpio who is supposed to, that's me. Right? This is before the court. Leo gets some sad news and Scorpio gets a pleasant letter. Sounds good to me for some. Hey, like I said, I don't care. If it's Leo's read and you did some F stuff, Leo, you're going to get the same smoke. I said it and that's it. I mean, that's it. What else is going on with these people? Is there any other news that we need to know? Something has been made clear. Something is in balance now. 3-3. We got 6. Harmony, cooperation, balance. Somebody did not cooperate, like I said. There are people here there's a group of people here that you got some clear thoughts about. Both you guys have clarity on the situation. Like, one knows everything that went on. The other one knows that they're getting in trouble with a group of people. Give me a Leo. Give me Leo's energy. What's going on with Leo? Leo. Oh, that's too many. Ooh. Hold on. Shuffle them again. Leo. Give me your energy, please, Leo. Give me your energy, Leo. What else? What's going on? Leo, the courthouse. We have signs. Your future positive direction will reveal itself. Any doubts and confusions will soon disappear. Confirmation. Things are going to be made clear. You're not going to need to look for signs for something. Some direction is going to reveal itself. So whatever's going on with this sad news in the courthouse, I feel like for some of you, you may have been hanging on and waiting for a decision when it comes to something. If you are waiting to be sentenced, or if somebody in your energy is waiting to be sentenced for something, which could be a Capricorn, it could be a Scorpio waiting to be sentenced, or even you, Leo, it's going to be very clear. Whatever this is, like however long or wherever or whatever location or whoever did what. Because I feel like some of you guys don't know exactly what was done. It was sex trafficking. It was sex, drugs, and attempted murder for insurance money, if you wanted to know. All right, now when I take a look at this, I can tell you that there's a Gemini that is currently or probably going to be locked up for this. It comes up twice. They show up in Eight of Swords. They show up in Nine of Swords with Gemini energy as having done something to a Scorpio. If I take a look at the Seven of Wands, it tells me that there could be something with some sort of